Disney has had their dividend suspended for 2.5 years now, and many have speculated when they will reinstate this dividend. In today's video, I will be speculating for myself and predicting when they'll reinstate the dividend. We'll look at the evidence we have so far, statements made by Disney executives, and much more. I bought Disney right before they suspended this dividend, so if you're new to the channel, my name's Ryan. I'm 16 years old. I make content about dividend investing and stocks. It would mean a lot if you find content like this interesting or enjoyable that you could subscribe. I work really hard on these videos. Also, make sure to turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course, roll the intro.
Hello, I like money.
Alright, so in the past, Disney executives have been quoted saying that share buybacks and dividends have been part of their financials and estimates for the future. A lot of people thought the dividend would come back sometime this year or earlier, but as you guys can see, that hasn't happened. Currently, Disney is reinvesting massive cash into their streaming business, and right now, if they were to pay the dividend, it would not be very smart for Disney financially, as they do have some debt. The streaming industry is a business where you have to invest massive amounts of money and you'll get massive returns on that investment. So let's look at Disney's free cash flow right now. On this chart, we can see that prior to the pandemic, Disney had very strong free cash flow. Then 2020 happened and they lost a lot of money because they had to close their parks. Unfortunately, macro trends doesn't show the current free cash flow, which is kind of unfortunate because it kind of gives us a hard gauge to see where Disney's at. But since I think they've had a few strong quarters now, we can assume it's between, 4 to 5 billion. So obviously they're reinvesting money right now, so that free cash flow is going to be dented to the prior pandemic years. Disney says that its streaming business will be profitable by 2024, so that's what I'd expect to see when the free cash flow numbers fully recover. Along with the growth of their parks business, they should be in a very strong position. As I mentioned, as they're transitioning into a streaming company, that's going to come with a lot of debt. On this chart here from macro trends, once again, you guys can see that their debt has just exploded. Thankfully, their debt seems to be trending downwards, although slowly. So once again, 24, 25, those are the years that I think their debt will be back to, pre-pandemic levels. A lot of people have been curious of how much Disney will actually be paying in a dividend, and Seeking Alpha has a really cool tool of companies that don't pay a dividend and, based off their EPS and other revenues, how much the dividend would be, the yield, etc. So based on payout ratio, if they were to have a 60% payout ratio, they would have a 2% dividend yield and a $2.32 dividend. I know that isn't a lot right now, guys, but keep in mind Disney's revenues and financials are a little damaged because of how much they are reinvesting at the moment. I think more realistically, if they were to pay out a dividend right now, it would be around the 20 to 30% range. So that would leave it at $1.16 if they were to, reinstate it right now, and that would leave you with a 0.68% to 1% dividend yield. Quite frankly, that sounds very depressing on the surface, but you guys got to keep in mind that Disney is paying off debt right now and reinvesting. Bob Chapek, though, seems to be growing into his role as CEO and not just basically a puppet of Bob Iger. Here's an interview with him that he just did on the different ways that he's going to monetize Disney Plus and Disney's Indian business.
So, Bob, there's so much news out of this quarter's results, but I want to start with streaming and the decision to raise prices and also introduce the new ad-supported Disney Plus at the same prices you're already charging. Many people thought it would cost less. Talk to us about this pricing strategy.
Well, we had a great quarter overall. I mean, not only in streaming, but in our parks business as well. As you've seen, we had tremendous resilience amongst all the fears of inflation and recession. Our parks business was extremely strong with a 40% increase in yield. So people are coming and they're spending more and they're very happy guests. But you're right, our streaming business has been really phenomenal. Again, amongst many fears, we've gone ahead and added 15.5 million households for our streaming businesses, 14.4 of those on Disney Plus. And so I think we alleviated a lot of fears that maybe, our growth was slowing down. But at the same time, we know there's a big focus on profitability, and we reaffirmed our guidance for profitability within 24. So FY24. So we're really pleased about that. And I think it speaks to the difference that the Walt Disney Company has really versus our competitors in the marketplace. We're a much more diversified company, much more balanced, great brands, great franchises, and we're really bullish about the future. And I think that plays out specifically to your question about the ad tier and the price increase. We thought that this was the perfect time to go ahead and really sort of bring up that price value equation so that we're more accurately reflecting the value that a guest or a consumer or viewer gets with Disney Plus by taking up the price.
Yeah.
I was listening to Joseph Carlson, another YouTuber, talk about Bob Chapek in one of his episodes, and he was talking about how he has like a different demeanor now, and I could agree with him here. It seems like Chapek is, gaining more confidence from my perspective just by the way he talks. I almost feel, and I feel like he's no longer more of a puppet of Bob Iger, which I felt he was when he was starting off. But I definitely think that he's a good CEO for Disney to have. He's already had plenty of learning experiences with the whole, Scarlett Johansson thing and the Don't Say Gay bill. But back to the main topic of the video, when will Disney pay its dividend again? Many people have different opinions on this. Somebody on my Discord said October 13th because that's like the 100th birthday of Disney or whatever. I've also heard people saying to suspend it forever. Personally, I think it will come back in 2024 when the streaming services are fully profitable. From what I've seen with other interviews with Chapek, it seems like they're committed to paying down all this debt and, fully growing their streaming business to become profitable. So I think when all that happens and their free cash flow gets back to pre-pandemic levels, you will be seeing a dividend from Disney once again. Now, let me know in the comment section when you think Disney's going to reinstate their dividend. Is it going to be, October 13th, or is it going to be 2024? Let me know. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. It really means a lot to me. Make sure to join the Discord link in the description. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and of course, do dividend stocks, not drugs. Have a good one.